Welcome everyone to the show. I'd like to introduce my special guest today, Angie Norris, all the way from St. Louis, Missouri, which is right in the middle of the USA. So it's great to have you here. And it's especially good because you've achieved this amazing success just starting out as an affiliate for GrooveFunnels, which is software that I personally love. And you did, I think, within 3 months, you managed to get $50,000 worth of commission, assuming that everyone sort of would carry on and sort of pay everything. So, which is an incredible achievement, considering you didn't have any list and you didn't use any ad spend as well. So, we'll soon get to that. You'll soon explain how you did that and give us tips how we can do that as well, because I think a lot of us would really love to, earn that sort of money as an affiliate, or, or just sort of, give up our day job, have an extra income stream, and there's many different formats we can get affiliate income. And I think it's a very attractive model because it's so easy to get into. You don't have to build a product or anything. You can just start just talking to people on the internet, which a lot of people love doing anyway. So first of all, could you just sort of say a bit, sort of introduce yourself a bit, say a bit who you are and your story, how you got to be where you are today?
Sure, yeah. So again, my name is Angie Norris, and a little over a year ago, I left corporate America. And I had a 20-year corporate background, IT, marketing, working for some pretty big companies on sales enablement. And my last position was with DXC Technology, which is a merger between Hewlett Packard Enterprise Services and Computer Sciences Corporation. So basically, I'm a big nerd. I love software. I loved helping to promote software, but on a corporate level. Because of the layoff, I got laid off. Or because of the merger, I got laid off. And I knew I was getting laid off. So to prepare a plan B, I started looking around the internet, looking for ways to make money non-corporately. I already had job offers, but I had this inner voice saying, you've always wanted to start your own business. You want to burn the boat. You want to live the laptop lifestyle. And I have witnessed other people doing it. So, why can't I do that? And so that's kind of what I was thinking during preparing for layoff. And so I came across a guy named Russell Brunson, and I decided, wow, like this he knows his stuff. And
he definitely does, yeah.
Right? And I mean, he's like out there the most. And so I thought, his story kind of resonated with me because I was also that kid when I was really young, trying to make a buck and always interested in the money making, venture. And I remember when I was even 8 years old, there was this boy and he saw a poem that I wrote, and he's like, "Oh, I will pay you $1 if you give me that poem. I'll give it to my girlfriend." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I wrote this poem for him. He gave it to his girlfriend. And the next thing you know, there's a line of little boys. This is so funny. A line of little boys, back then they used to fold like really uniquely. So I knew how to do that. And that was my first official.
And that was 8 years old.
I was 8 years old.
I think I'd have joined the queue. I think I would have met you as well.
But growing up, my parents were very corporate driven. They wanted me to have a better life than what they were able to provide, and they pushed me to go to college and do that. But I actually wanted to be a college math professor.
Wow!
But I was a math nerd, and my
have you seen my mug? I like.
Yeah, I love it. That is awesome.
Okay.
But my dad said, no to teacher. You can't be a teacher. So he pushed me into the financial brokerage kind of realm, and I always knew that wasn't really my heart, but I did it anyway because I'm a rule follower. Anyway, so leading up to that, I was always working on the side, like some kind of a side business. In my 20s, I had this 10-year event. One night, it was a bus party, and I had 950 people go to this event year after year, and
wow,
it was a crazy.
So what's it? A bus party? So what's that?
It was called the Halloween Bus Party.
Okay.
So after I got out of college, I was working for A.G. Edwards and Sons, and I had a bunch of new friends, and I'm like, we should do something fun for Halloween. And they're like, what do you want to do? I'm like, let's have a Halloween bus party. Like, what's that? And when I was in college, I was in a sorority, and we used to dress up. Like, we'd have, like the fraternities and the sororities would do like dress up parties. And I thought that was fun. And so the first year, I got 30 people to go, kicking and screaming. They didn't want to. And then the next year, they're like, let's do it again. And we had 3 buses. Then the next year, it was 5 buses, then 7 buses, and it was 9 buses the last 5 years. So I had it 10 years. And then I started popping out kids, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm retiring from this. But it was a good, eye into the whole, like, I love helping people have fun and doing better for themselves. But I also like just having that taste of money too. So anyway, my point is like, I've always tried things. I've done a few MLMs or network marketing, and I've done things through the years on the side of corporate. So I've always had that inner voice. Coming across Russell Brunson, I thought, okay, this is a guy who I want to know more about. So I went to his event, Funnel Hacking Live, in 2019, and I didn't know a single person walking in, but I left there with new friendships, newfound hope, purpose, and I had a kind of an eye to what I wanted to do. I wanted to build a product, a company, and I wanted to be in this space. And so that was when I got laid off in July of 2019.
Yeah.
And that was when I built a business. Now, everyone always asks me, how did I get into the TV business?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to be a coach. That's kind of like my long-term dream is to coach people on. I have a lot of unique skills with technology, and I can learn cutting edge software really quickly. And I want to help people they don't have to learn it, but I want to equip them with how to leverage those tools without having to learn it all. Right. And so I knew I wanted to be a coach, but going in as a brand new marketer, online marketer, saying you're a coach when you don't have any proof or success is really difficult. So I had to pick something that was unique to me. And so I looked at my inventory. I'm like, okay, I'm a graphic designer, web designer, video designer, mobile app developer, and I can build TV channels on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. So I talked to a few people of my newfound friends.
Yeah.
Every time I got to that TV thing, they were just like, what? That is so crazy. How is that even possible? Is that even a thing? And so that's when I knew that TV was going to be not my flagship long-term, but it would get me into the space, into people knowing who I am, to make me memorable, right? When you meet someone at a conference and you have your 30-second elevator pitch, what do you want them to remember you by? And if I said, oh, I'm an online coach and I help people make money, they're going to be like, oh yeah, you and everybody else, right?
Yeah.
So, but if I said something to the effect of, hey, I help brands get on streaming TV with their own TV channels and reach millions of people around the world on Roku, I mean, that's memorable. So that's what went into that. And I started, I was in Russell Brunson's 2 Comma Club coaching program, and I met a lot.
So is that for people who've made $1 million with one funnel?
It is for people who would like to make
$1 million
with one funnel. And so he created a coaching program to help coach people on how to start from zero to get to that $1 million mark.
Which is a high ticket coaching program.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be high ticket. I mean, there are a lot of people who've sold low ticket, but he shows you how to build your value ladder. He shows you how to use funnels to optimize and automate. And, and it was a good experience for me. But really more for me was the community. Like, I love people. I love you. And I love like meeting all these people online that we're all striving for the same stuff. But more importantly, no one is competing. I think like that's what I love about it, is we're all helping each other. And so that's where I want to be, is I want to help people. Yeah,
that sounds great. So what happened next?
So what happened?
Because we got to the affiliate thing, have we?
Well, unfortunately, I will tell you that trying to get people to buy a TV channel is really difficult.
Right. Yeah.
I thought only if I build it, they will come.
Yeah.
And although I had a lot of people that loved what I do, it still was a lot harder to get them to understand it and to want to be a part of it, because just like anything new, even like including roof funnels, is that people don't quite grasp what it can do for them and what result, right? So I took the first 6 months of building my business from July through December, building it and educating. And then, you know, a lot of my coaches and people kept saying, Angie, like, you have to be out there. Like, you got to put your face out there, and you've got to be your brand, and you've got to start marketing yourself. And I thought, I mean, I had been using the same photo for like 10 years. Like, that's that person who had the photo on their LinkedIn was like from 12 years earlier. You know, I mean, that's how I've been, because I like to be behind the scenes. And then I decided to invest in photos. And so I went out and got a photo shoot. I invested in some videos, and I started now being open to being on podcasts like this.
Yeah.
Live cast, and being open to just getting my face out there and my name out there. And I started doing speaking events, and I spoke in Dallas at a live event. I've spoken on virtual summits, some of the biggest ones out there. And that's where my traction started to take shape. And then in, you know, with what Russell Brunson teaches is a value ladder, where I was going in for the high ticket, and that's a really hard sell, especially something new like TV.
Yeah.
So I started building in things. I had a course that was, you know, a little lower, and then I also had a challenge. And the challenge was actually the breadwinner as far as getting people in the door. I have this 30-day captive audience to, hey, you get your own mini series on TV, so you get a taste of it, but they don't have to have their own channel. And so that was the greatest move I could have ever made. And I would tell anyone in this space trying to build their own stuff, like, make sure your value ladder has it. You don't want to be everything to everyone, but you definitely want to have a platform to educate. So if you have no list, which I didn't, if you have no following, which I didn't, if you don't have a YouTube channel or an Instagram, I mean, if you only have what you have on Facebook, like I did, then you're going to have to get them in with an enticing offer. So I did a $97, come on into my TV Star Challenge. I'll give you, you know, your own TV show. And so that was kind of how I got people in. And
that's great.
Yeah.
I haven't done a challenge yet, but I've heard so many good things about them. And I know that Russell's has a lot of successful challenges. And so I'm going to do, this next on my list to do. I'm going to try challenges in different niches and see what takes off.
That's good. Yeah. I mean, I would recommend it. They are labor intensive, but I think they're worth it.
Sure.
So yeah, you'll do great.
Yeah.
But because one of my fears is on camera, like, and you seem to have a natural presence, so.
Yeah.
I'm more of I like to be the tinker person behind the scenes building.
Well, I always used to be like that, yeah, but somehow I've sort of come to discover that I actually really like being on camera. So
I'm getting better.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to, you know, push myself, and I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't, but
for sure,
taking that in perfect action. But anyway, so how did I get here? So I'll speed it up. So basically, I decided that TV was going, I started getting traction, and all of a sudden, GrooveFunnels came out of nowhere, and it was exactly.
Okay, now this is I love GrooveFunnels because I love ClickFunnels.
Yeah.
But ClickFunnels is $97 a month for the minimum package, and then if you want all the email and everything else, that's an unlimited funnels. That's $297 a month, which is okay. You know, sometimes I've had that in the past. I think, well, I can do that. But then I think if I set up all this funnel and membership sites in that, then I have to pay $297 a month or $97 a month for the rest of my life. Because then if I ever stop it, none of my funnels will work anymore, and then I'll have to either, you know, migrate or just then paying for the rest of my life. But that's what I love about GrooveFunnels, because it's similar, and in many ways it's a lot better than ClickFunnels, like an all-in-one software that does anything. Plus, you can, for now, while it's in beta, you can get it for a lifetime, a one-off fee, which is incredible, because then you know that, you know, you don't have to, 10 years time, you might not, you know, you don't have to stop using it or something like that and have to migrate onto another platform. So, and if anyone if you want to find out about GrooveFunnels, I can go on my website, and then go to keithgriggs.com/groove. You can sign up there and have a free version, and also get this one-off lifetime version. So go ahead. So we both discovered GrooveFunnels, and we both think it's amazing.
It is. You know, I'm not so the one thing with ClickFunnels is I became a power user because I love software and I can learn. I'm a designer, so to me it was second nature. But I even had issues with the technology behind the scenes, like just connecting other softwares with it. I had
Yeah.
to pay money, and it just didn't make sense long term. But my biggest goal was to find a solution that I could help my challengers with my TV star challenge. That's where this whole story comes into play. I wanted my TV channel owners and TV star challengers to have a web page that they can put their TV channels and show episodes to push and drive traffic back to their, channels and shows. And so, but I felt bad saying, hey, here's a ClickFunnels share funnel, and go in there. Oh, you have to pay $99 a month. Plus, if you want email, you got to go and get an active campaign or something else.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
if you want an affiliate program, you have to go do this. So it just seemed I didn't want that. And so what I did was I've been waiting for something else. I've researched. I'm a researcher, and I found like 10 other platforms, but they all had a cost, but they were lower. I thought, well, that might be good, but nothing really resonated with me. And then so like today's the 26th of August. 3 months ago, on May 26th, I came across GrooveFunnels.
Right.
And I looked at GrooveFunnels and I thought, I'm such a diehard funnel hacker that I don't know if this is for me. And I didn't do anything. And then the next hour, I started thinking about my TV star challengers. I'm like, well, at least I can give them a free option. Like, I'll stay with, ClickFunnels.
Yeah.
Thinking, because I didn't know the breadth of what you get. And so I thought, okay, a free funnel for them, that'd be easy. Well, then I started playing around with it, and I bought that day. I actually bought the platinum that day because I saw the opportunity of, wow, I'm paying $297 a month for ClickFunnels.
Yeah.
I can pay $13.97 one time for this platinum, which is getting ready to go up in less than a week.
Yeah.
And that if I can pay one time and save me so much money just on the ClickFunnels alone is going to be, worth it. So that's why I bought it. Mm-hmm. And then I started researching like the company and the founders and all the software solutions. And I thought, wow, like if they pull off this miraculous, game-changing software all in one solution under one roof, they all work seamlessly together, and they're a tech company that is invested in keeping up with the updates and improving over time, this is going to be a game. I mean, not just a game changer. It's going to change the game of the funnel industry.
Sure.
So that's why I bought it, for the software.
Well, me too. I mean, I bought it the same day as well, because they said the price is going to go up any time, and you just don't know when. It might be the next day, and it just made sense to pay that rather than X amount per month. And also I believed in Mike Filsame, because I think I first came across him 15 years ago, and he's probably one of the biggest names in internet marketing, and he's behind Kartra and Webinar Jam and so on. So he's got his reputation. I don't think he would not put out a product and not deliver. So it's partly my faith in him, and partly just because it makes sense just to pay a lifetime thing, and also because it's built on new technology as well. So it just looks a lot slicker, and you can see lots of things sort of work together. It's sort of a bit better designed than ClickFunnels is.
Yes, the user interface and is WYSIWYG in our speak, but what that stands for, most people probably wouldn't know, is what you see is what you get, which means you just drag and drop, and there are logical places on there. And so that day, on the 26th of May, I went in there and I built a few funnels. And I thought, man, what took me months to do, in other ones, it's taking me less than an hour, less than a day, less than, it's just that it was mind blowing. I thought, wow, this is a lot easier than I thought. So I called a friend and I told her about it, because we partnered on some stuff. And so she bought it. And so then the next day was when I made my infamous post, which was the 28th of May. I put this curiosity-based post out on Facebook, because that's where my people are. Yeah. And a lot of them are funnel people. And so, but I didn't want to offend ClickFunnels. I didn't put GrooveFunnels in there. I just left it out, even crossed out like the money I had made. I crossed it out because I was like, I don't want to offend them. Be mad at me, I had never really pushed anything on my Facebook page as far as a new promotion. So I put that out there, and that post alone generated 4,000 within the first 72 hours. So 4,000 expected commission. In a week, it was 15,000. Within 30 days, 30,000, and then within 60 days, over $50,000. And I don't even know where I'm at now. I haven't even been calculating it because I've been so busy with some other stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's changed my life. I mean, like, I'm getting these payouts into my bank account.
Yeah.
I made 10,000 cash in my bank account last month, and it's just keeps coming in week by week because they pay weekly. And we're just excited here because I never thought I'd be, one, doing affiliate marketing, but two, that I'd be successful at it.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's amazing. And I've made some money as well selling as affiliate, and without really doing anything, just by telling people about it, because all you're basically doing is offering people something for free, free software, which is sort of a bit of a no-brainer, because I know that just the free version just by itself is a very valuable thing in itself, because you can do funnels with it, it's got a cart, and you can run an affiliate program through it as well.
It's amazing to me. I mean, they're so smart in how they put it all together.
Yeah.
And I pay attention to what people have done that are successful. And although I haven't implemented all those tactics yet, I've been keeping them because I'm like, that's genius marketing, like just smart marketing. And I want to be like that one day. And so yeah, what they're doing is awesome.
Sure. Yeah. Well, that's great. So that's a sort of summary story of, well, I think you said that you put the post up on Facebook, but you didn't just do that, did you? You went into different groups and you talked about it and you messaged people or something. Would you like to go into that as well, what you did?
Yeah. So what I did, I made that curiosity-based post on the 28th of May, but I didn't put the link in the comments. I didn't put the link in the post. What I did was I forced them to take a side conversation. So I said, if you're interested in the free or the platinum, comment below. And people were like, me. And so what I did was, it was very exhausting, but I made sure to comment on every single comment. Like I put a GIF of someone dancing, or I sent you info, or I just put like different things, emojis. It didn't matter. And if anyone put the word GrooveFunnels or, hey, is this GrooveFunnels, I would delete it, and I would message side and say, hey, I'm trying to keep keep the comments going, because curiosity-based posts do work. They don't work all the time, but they do work with the right messaging. And so I had a pattern interrupt photo, which is wow, like scrolling, oh, cat videos, oh, scrolling politics, oh, scrolling, oh, wow, like Angie made $558 off of one sale, and that's not even her product. Like, what is this? That, and then the top part, I called out a pain point, which I know my audience has, which is they're paying for multiple software to make their business run. And they're paying monthly. Like, I mean, I can't even tell you how many software solutions I have, probably because I'm a junkie, but also because I want my business to be automated and systematized. And you need, a core 5 to 10 to do that if you want to really be effective. And so now having this all-in-one solution that replaces, and so I called out as many competitors as I can think of that compete with what GrooveFunnels is getting ready to offer. And that was what also I think popped out to people, like, oh, I can replace Kartra, I can replace ClickFunnels, I can replace First Promoter, and it was just calling out everything. And then I just said, well, here's the solution. The new opportunity is this all-in-one solution. And that's all I wrote. And then, so I kept it short, cool image. And then people were like, me, info, oh yeah, tell me. And so that post was also, it helped put a fire underneath anyone who had signed up for free or a platinum with GrooveFunnels in the few months before, who also bought it for the software, who didn't even realize the potential of the affiliate side. They all reached out to me like, I've had this for months and I haven't even promoted it. And that day had, I think, more talk about GrooveFunnels across, my friends and family base than I had ever seen. And so that was great, because it wasn't just me that it affected a lot of other people who made a lot of money. And so for me, it was, taking people on a journey after that. So the side conversation, though, was all about relationships and helping. I didn't sell. Like my whole thing is I'm not a salesperson. I'm not going to convince someone to buy something unless they really want to. Now, I will give them all the facts. I will give them all of the benefits and the reasons why, but I'm not that person who's going to be like, you need this now, because I know what that's like. People will buy because they're pressured or impulse, and then what do? They refund. And so I would rather someone who really, they have a problem. This is the solution. And I believe that any business out there could use this, right? So, and tailoring the message to that audience. So that's why the curiosity-based post was the first one. Take the side conversation in Messenger. I said, hey, this is the software company that I'm talking about. It's called GroupHuddles. I picked it up, and this is the reason why. I picked it up because of this and this and this and this. It's going to save money. It's going to be an all-in solution. I can actually offer it to my clients to have a free funnel. I can do affiliate programs and all these things. I'm like, if you're interested, this is what you get with this, the free, and this is what you get with the platinum. Questions, let me know. I mean, I didn't sell them hard, and I just did that, consistently. And it was like copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, and then here's the most important part though: the questions. Take the time to answer questions, and I'm talking thousands of questions. People are going to be asking, what is this? Why not ClickFunnels? Leaving ClickFunnels. Do you hate ClickFunnels? And I was like, no, I'll probably keep that $97 plan because I have a lot of funnels in there. I have a lot of partnership funnels in there too that I keep, right? But I love ClickFunnels community. It just, the software was getting a little dated. And it wasn't keeping up with the times. I need something that's a game changer now that's going to be scalable. So I was honest, and just telling them this is why. And then they would ask me questions about the stuff. So guess what I had to do? I had to go and research those answers. And that helped me be better, right? I became a help desk. And you've got to be willing to do that. And so that's what I did. And then the other posts that I did on Facebook were taking people on the journey. And I'm not normally one to toot my own horn on how much money I've made, but I also know what I'm attracted to. And on Facebook, and anyone, like I remember Dan Henry put he was sleeping, and he put these two iPads, and one said yesterday 30 grand, and then it said today 45 grand, and he's a smart marketer. He knows what people are attracted to. They want to know that there is money to be made, and so I told my husband, I was like, okay, I know we're not going to like this, but I'm going to have to tell people. I can't tease them with I made $600 selling this affiliate thing, and then not share the, my journey. And so that's what I'm doing. And I don't do it a lot, but I do take them on the journey. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys, I've made 4,072 hours. This is mind blowing. I can't wait. And then the next post, it was, in a week's time, I got, all the founders friend requested me. I had side conversations. I jumped on the phone with various high level people, and it was just so cool to have that feeling of, wow, these people are different. I have tried to friend some of the higher level people at other platforms they could care less about who Angie Norris is. But here at this company, they're taking the time to get to know their users, their affiliates. That's different. And that's awesome to me. And so that was kind of one of the things that I started talking about was wow, this person reached out to me, and this person friend requested me. I'm so honored. And or this person commented. And then that's what my posts have been on Facebook. And every now and then I'll put the link, and sometimes I won't. And you shouldn't put the link in there, but I'm not an experienced affiliate marketer, right? So that's what I did. Now, the conversations in the Messenger were probably the key. I did direct message a few people. I only direct message about 20 people. That's it. But the people, I knew them. Okay, I knew them. I knew their pain point, and I knew that this would be an epic deal for them. And so what I positioned it like this, I said, hey, I would be so mad if my friend didn't tell me about this amazing deal. So I'm letting you know, because it's we're getting in before Microsoft, or we're getting in before ClickFunnels, and you can get this lifetime deal that is not going to be there in a few months
Mm.
now and replace all this money. I mean, I'd be mad if no one told me, so I'm telling you, no pressure. And that's what I wrote. I had more traction from those 20 because I was targeting a certain
Yeah.
20 people and I knew them, I knew their story. And so that's what I did. I did not, I posted one time in one of my groups, it's my TV group. I said, hey, sorry, I've been busy. I've been promoting this and making actually some cash. If you're interested, here you go. And that was it. That's all I've done. And I mean, I have a lot planned and I'm waiting. The reason why is because I'm building my own program right now, but I'm waiting because they're doing a contest in September, and they're going to be giving away like cars and cash and laptops and so I've been kind of like waiting until like that window.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't realize that. Okay.
But I'm also now shifted because of Groove, they asked me to be on their webinar.
Yes, that's right. So that's where I first saw you on that.
Yeah, you saw me there, and
Yeah.
And that was an honor because, you know, I mean, I've talked at events for TV, but this was kind of just out of nowhere. I mean, it was like a month in, like just a month in from even learning about Groove Funnels.
Wow.
Came to me and said, hey, I think at the time I was the only female in the top 25.
Yes.
You're like number 8 out of.
That was an amazing achievement because I saw a lot of people in the list of top affiliates. So I recognize their names and I know they've got massive lists. So all they literally needed to do was just send an email out to their list, which is presumably what they did. But you beat so many of them with no list, which is incredible.
I'm sure I've slipped because the last month I haven't really tried to push sales, but
yeah.
But you know what? It's for me. There's a greater plan than just affiliate, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Like my 3-pronged plan for long term, and what anyone that's watching this can do to leverage Groove Funnels for a 3-pronged way to make money. And it's not any secret that no one else is doing, but if people realize the opportunity now, they can be building this for the future. But anyway, so they asked me to be on Groove Digital Presents, which is their big webinar. They do it once a week. They usually have big influencers or big names. And then there's always a kind of an offer at the end. And so they said, okay, we want you to present in 30 days. And I'm like, oh, okay, 30 days. You have to get, you know, an hour long at a minimum value-driven presentation. And then you have to speak after that on, you know, like maybe an offer. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. And then he said, and I also need you to build an offer. And I'm like, oh, well, I have a TV, you know, a TV business. And he's like, TV. And I'm like, okay, like what am I supposed to build out? And he's like, well, he's like, people have reached out to us saying that you're helping them with their affiliate, like you're helping people. And I was helping over 300 people that aren't even connected to me. Like they are already signed up with the group. I have no financial leverage or interest in them. They don't have any interest in me, right? So it's just me, and I was just answering questions and helping them. And I'm like, oh, this is what I did. And you share my posts. And, you know, I was just being very helpful. They're like, you have done such an amazing job building a community for us. Like you're helping us and you're not even employed by us. So we want to give back to you. So if you create an offer that's catered to them, and we recommend, you know, it be, you know, they help me with the price points. They help me with what it would be about. And they're like, we think that you'd be a great coach for affiliate. And I'm like, that is so awesome because I've always wanted to be a coach, you know? And so I said, I'm like, I'm loving this. Like, I love my TV stuff, but I love this Groove stuff because I'm helping people. I can be a nerd and no one cares. And I can be myself and just share the opportunity. And I mean, it's not even about sales for me. I mean, that's been great. It's more about what the software can do for not just my business, but for other people's business, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so they asked me to present on that.
Yeah.
And so they gave me a month. Well, that month went by super fast.
Yeah.
And I was building out the presentation up until the very moment I presented. I didn't even practice it.
Didn't you?
And I was okay with that though, because I feel like I do better. I used to be very scripted corporately. Like I would script everything to the word. And, you know, I'd be one of those that was like reading off the slides, right? And so my approach in this online space is fail forward and perfect action. And you just speak from your heart. And so that's what I
Definitely.
did.
Yeah.
And I was pretty amazed by that webinar because one, what I want to tell people is that if you yes, I've made some money as an affiliate, and that's been great.
Mm.
But what's even better is that I have actually built, so the offer they asked me to build, I built the sales page completely through funnels. So completely on GroupFunnels. I didn't spend much time on it, but I built a sales page on GroupFunnels.
Yeah.
I also used the Group Sell platform to put in the order bumps and the order, not order bumps, but order forms and get all the integrations connected and everything, right?
Yeah.
Then I used Group Affiliate to create an affiliate program. And so I completely 100. Now my goal is for all of my programs. I can't wait for Groove Member. I can't wait. But I want to use the software as a showcase of what is possible. And so I built the sales page. Now I forgot one thing when I built the page out right before the webinar, and that's when, and this is just a tip, when you're going to add your payment integrations in, there's a box that says 0 in it, and you got to change it to 100. That was all I missed.
Right.
Because of that one thing, I couldn't accept payments on the webinar. And at the very end, I was hoping for 25 sales. I was like, 25 people in my program. I will be so excited, and that'll be awesome. And the sales were like 50, 60, 70, 100, 125, and they just kept going. And I was like almost in tears because it was like, one, life-changing, but two, I just believed that people believed in me. You know what I mean? Like that belief in other people is amazing. And so it makes me just, I can't wait to really help them all make money with
well, when I saw it, I realized that, I've dabbled in affiliate marketing over the years. I've tried high ticket items, and which were very hard to sell, and low ticket items, and I've never really succeeded at it. And so it's great to see someone who's just had this phenomenal success, and realize I think a lot of it is it was certain techniques, but it's also about your personality as well, which you can just buy. So I felt that you were someone I can learn from, so that's why I signed up for your program.
Yeah, and I'm excited because I'm so committed to not only just over delivering, but I'm committed to making it not a destination. It is going to be a membership program that people want to be a part of forever. And what I'm doing is I have so many things. I just hired someone. I'm calling her the Chief Happiness Officer. And so she's our CHO, and she's going to help with engagement and really making sure that members are onboarded in a way that they feel supported, and that they need something, not just me, I'm still there, but I have a team of people who can actually make sure that they're getting the answers they need, and then they will alert me to anything that's high priority and things like that. But even more so, the what I built out, it's called Groove Stars Ascend. And the whole premise of it is I have a whole space theme, like a Groove Stars. And if no one knows what that is, that's okay. So Groove Stars is a community that I created for anyone. So I talked about how I had 300 people that were messaging me on the side over the first month or two, and I'm answering questions. Well, I realized that I had been answering the same exact questions, multiple. I thought, well, I need to bring them into a community. So I built a community, a free, open to anyone that's interested in group funnels. It doesn't matter if they're under me or not. They can be on the free plan, the platinum plan, underneath someone else. It doesn't matter. But the community is called Groove Stars, and it's free to anyone. I have Mike Philstane joined it, and he requested to join it, which I thought was so exciting. Joe Jablonski, who's the VP, a partner, is also in it. David Lemon's in there, Simon Long. There's a lot of people that are in that, and I love that because it just shows that they're supporting. And so the whole goal of it is to align with Groove, not to compete. So I'm just forwarding things back to where, and highlighting announcements, but I'm answering questions, I'm telling my story, and I'm trying to just be helpful. And then the number one thing, though, is I want to build a community, because I talked about how I went to Funnel Hacking Live and how I didn't know anybody when I went to that event, and it was scary for me. I was nervous. I I circled the lobby a few times before going in. I'm like, oh, will they like me? Will I say something stupid? And so I was just excited when I went to the next event, which was called Offermind, and I had met all these people in groups and in coaching programs and online. And when we saw each other in Boise, it was like an instant family. And so that's what I want to create with Groove Stars is we are Groove Funnels inspired community.
Yeah.
We are just rising together. We're helping each other. And then when we see each other at GrooveCon, which is going to be next fall.
Oh, okay.
It is
So where's that going to be held?
It's in Florida.
Where? Oh, Florida. Okay.
Yeah, so this is Groove Digital's big event. Now, if you're a platinum member of Groove, you get a VIP ticket to this event, and that'll be, I believe it's at the end of October, 2021, and it'll be the week or 3 days before the Marketers Cruise, which is the week after.
Yeah.
So Mike Sain's birthday is when GrooveCon's going to be, and then, but it'll be in Florida, and that'll be really cool, and I'm excited because.
And that'll be next year.
Yes, next
year. And you're having an event there as well.
I'm not having.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, there might be an event that I plan like right on the front end, but this is Groove Digital's event, so this is not my event. It's their event, but I'll be there, and I can't wait to meet people. So because of Groove Stars, we'll have this community of people that we just feel a sense of belonging. So that's why I created it. But anyway, so the Groove Stars is the community. Now I created a program called Groove Stars Ascend. Now what that is, it's focused on affiliate sales. Now I will have more programs that'll be added on as an extra for software to be good at software, and then I also have probably a value ladder driven one where it's like, how do you use the software to sell your own products?
Okay.
So, but my right now my flagship is going to be Ascend, and Ascend stands for, it's a space thing with accelerate your affiliate sales. It's reach for the stars. I forgot the acronym. There's a whole acronym with it, but all about dreaming big and creating new opportunities and discovering new frontiers and all these things, right? But it's all about a plug and play system, because what I've learned is that people don't want another course.
Sure.
Now there will be micro videos to educate you on some concepts.
Yeah.
The guts of it is going to be a weekly mission. So there's 10 core modules where I'm going to be teaching you, hey, I'm going to encourage you guys, build a funnel. If you build a funnel out, like I taught a student last night to build a funnel out, and today she showed me her funnel, and I was very impressed because she was impressed. Like, I made this funnel in like less than 3 hours. I'm like, see? But you get to be able to talk more and better about Groove funnels. You'll be able to answer questions. People will say, from experience, I have built a funnel. I open for business online now. I can sell products, so like that's very important. And then there's going to be what I call pilot training, and it's where you want to know what it's like to be an affiliate, to do it right, to be ethical, and you want to know the company enough. I'm going to have a lot of stuff to help you do that. And then there's other modules like secrets from some of the top affiliates. There's how to scale, how to think long term, things like that. But there's 10 core modules that will be in there in the membership course, or it's a membership site on Groove Member. But there's 52 over the next year, 52 flight plans. And so what that looks like is I have identified, this is just for year one, because it's ongoing year after year, right? So I have identified 52 traffic sources we're going to conquer. And I'm doing this for myself. So I thought, I might as well take people on a ride and give you guys the assets to do it. So we're going to focus on one at a time, week by week. You're going to get a mission. You're going to get a workbook that shows you. It's going to be a very simple workbook, though, like step 1, step 2. I don't want you going out and having to learn and watch a ton of videos. It's not that. This is a system. So if someone
did that, how many hours a week would they have to work to fulfill the mission? Have you decided that?
So the core modules will probably be a little longer, just because I feel like I want to make sure you're educated on the principles of being a good Groove software user as well as an affiliate. But the missions, I would say, should not take you more than, I mean, I'm not going to say an hour,
No.
but if you, okay, so here's the difference. There's variables. If you already know Instagram,
Yeah.
you're going to be a lot quicker than
Sure.
someone like me who actually sucks at Instagram, right?
Yeah.
So what'll happen is like what I have the steps may take you an
Yes.
hour.
Yeah.
It may take you 4 hours, depending
Yeah.
on what your level. And like some of these things are very new. Like I would say probably 3/4 of this list are things you've never heard of.
Yeah.
And I'm a creative, innovative type of person. And so the goal of this is, the premise, I should say, is the person with the loudest mouth wins. Okay.
Right.
So the person with the loudest mouth, when you type in internet marketer or entrepreneur.
Yeah. So it's to make yourself visible on the internet to
Yes.
the biggest number of people.
who
And
do you-
also, I really like the idea of the implementation, because a lot of people, I mean, I just keep on doing courses after courses and so on. And I love doing courses because it's very easy. You just sit there and you watch all these videos. And the idea of implementing, then I have resistance, because then I have to actually do something which is a bit harder than just sort of watching a video. But it's so important, because it's by doing it that you really learn it. And it's things that I avoid looking at, like Instagram could be an example, because I'm focused on so many other things. But I know that, if I master Instagram, it's just a really good thing for the rest of my life, really, or at least for the next 10 or 20 years or so on. So it is really important to spend the time doing what I'm resisting. And that's the advantage of a structured thing like yours, which is also like, you mentioned challenges earlier. So it's a bit like your initial challenge, which you said was really great, but this is like extended over a whole year.
Yeah, this is actually longer than a year. It's going to be week after week after week. I mean, my plan is to conquer as many places as I can with my affiliate link.
Yeah.
I believe, because I've witnessed the people who have made a lot of money with ClickFunnels affiliate program. I have taken their courses. I mean, like Spencer Meekum he has like 25,000 people or whatever, underneath him. Like I have witnessed that, and I see how much people are making on a recurring basis. And
yes,
when we go past this platinum,
yes,
people are going to be making consistent commissions every single month, and they're going to know what they're going to be making. It's going to be amazing, epic, right?
Yes, because when platinum finishes, which will probably be maybe later in the year, this one-time price, it will go on to monthly, I think, which would be like $99 or $199. So that, in the way, that's good for us as affiliate marketers, because then it gives a monthly income rather than as a one-off.
People will be like, oh, the platinum. I'm like, yes, you can make a lot of money on platinum. I have, but I'm telling you, the real money is going to be in the monthlies and like the reoccurring. But here's what you do. You can't position it like, oh, you missed out. Well, you got to position it like, this is how amazing the software is. This is what it's doing for my business. And people will gravitate to it without telling, So, but anyway, these 52 missions, I'm conquering them all. And I want to stay in the top 100 affiliates, like over time. Like that's my goal. Is if I can stay in the top 100, I know I'm like top 10 or whatever. 10, I think I'm like 17. I don't even know what I am, but whatever. Like my goal is not to be a top 10 affiliate. Like that's great. My goal is to help other people get to the top 10. You know what I mean? Now I'm going to make money in both regards, but I just feel like there's so much money to be made. And if I can stay in the top 100, I'll be happy. So I'm going to be getting my affiliate link out there. So the person with the loudest mouth wins is all about, you go out there and type in, who do you see? You see Dan Locke, you see Gary Vee, you see Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins. What are they doing all of the time? They're posting their offers all of the time, right? And so like what I'm teaching is not just funnels. You can actually apply what I'm teaching to everything, your own products, other affiliate offers, right? So I'm doing this, but here's the rub. Here's what people have a hard time is, like you talked about, you learn, and you have a hard time implementing. Why do you get stuck? You get stuck on technology. You get stuck on what to post. You get stuck on what assets you need. So I want to deliver that. I'm already doing it for myself. So I just know I'm going to make multiple designs. for each thing. So if it's YouTube, I'm going to give you multiple ideas on the cover that you need if you don't have a YouTube channel,
Yeah.
the thumbnails, the some social posts to get people to your channel. And I have all these tips and tricks that I've learned from the big boys of things you should do as far as a description and retargeting and your ending slide. So there's that type of thing.
Yeah.
But even better, I'm going to be giving you the videos. So like I will give you like a little asset pack for YouTube. And I'm going to go, here are 3 done for you, or 2 to 3 done for you videos that are done.
Yeah. Okay.
And they'll be very generic voiceover. I'm not going to, it's not, I mean, unless people want me to be on there, it's going to be me just doing voiceover, motion graphics type of videos.
Mm-hmm.
And I give you the script if you want to go one step further and add your own, or you get the thing and you can add in your own intros and outros. So there's lots of things you can do. Or if you're like, hey, I just want to do if you gave me this asset, I'm just going to pop it in there. I'm not even going to think. You can do it that way too. Like, so they're going to have all levels of people. Yeah. But I'm also going to encourage, hey, you have your own skill set, your own superpower, your own niche, your own colors, your own logos, your own company. So why don't you shift, these assets to your branding so they're different, but not everyone will. I know that, and I'm okay with that. It doesn't matter what you choose to do, but the goal is to get you're going to have an asset pack for each one. Yeah. You're a workbook step by step for each thing, but I'm going to be pushing implementation. It's not about learning. It's about, here's step 1, pause this, little micro video and go do it right now. Okay. Next. Okay. Next.
And that's also how Russell teaches, isn't it? In his courses. Yes. I've seen some.
Yeah, exactly. So it's doing it as you're doing it, or you're learning it, because I've watched so many videos and then didn't implement. And then I had to go watch the video again to figure out what I want to implement. I don't want that. I want people to get on the board quick. And so September 14th is when this Ascend launches.
That's right. Yeah.
There's that. I mean, I have a lot of other stuff planned. There's like module 2 is all about dreaming big. And I have my husband who's a guru for building dashboards and Excel spreadsheets. And so he's building me this amazing, or actually he already has, but it's this calculator. And it's going to help you go, okay, I want to make $500 a month. What do I need to do? Yeah. And then it's going to calculate out, okay, if you want to make $500 a month and you're on the free plan, you need to have this many signups of this, or this many signups of this, or this combination. If I want to make $5,000, $10,000. So it's going to be this scaling slide, and it's going to be for now and for after it goes to the monthlies. But whatever it is, like, you got to know what you need, and then you've got to, craft your plan around it. So if you're in the program and you do one thing, you don't get any sales, then you're not going to see the exposure, right? But if you're in the program and you spend a good month doing 4 of the missions, you're going to, I would be shocked if you don't see some sales. And then you just keep going. You're going to, it's all about consistency, and it's all about getting your stuff out to the world and being creative about it. So that's kind of the program, and I'm excited about it. It's been crazy because the 2 webinars I've done, both of them produce over 6 figures. And so I have almost 400 people in the program right now.
Wow, that's amazing.
So it's exciting.
It is, yes. Okay. Well, so we're coming up to the hour. So obviously I'm very respectful of people's time. So I'll just share my screen and just show a couple of links. So this is so if you want to sign up for Groove Funnels, that's my link, keithgriggs.com/groove, and you can get the free version there. So I'd say get the free version, play around with it, and if you like it, get the platinum. And also this is the keithgriggs.com/Angie, that forwards to your Ascend site. So I'll just show you also on my site, keithgriggs.com. That one goes to Groove Funnels, free funnel software. And then I've done a few, there's my affiliate commissions, and then I've done a few videos, but then you click that one, which goes to keithgriggs.com/groove, which is where you can get the free Groove Funnels. And then I'll also sign up for Platinum if you want. And then this at the top here, it's got affiliates training, which then goes straight through to Angie's Groove Stars Ascend, which is, so this is built entirely in GrooveFunnels. Correct.
It is.
Yeah, it's very very beautiful site, and I know these are your colours, aren't you? Like this purple, because we didn't get a chance to look at your slides today, but I know they're all like this. Yeah, and this is what you're doing. So, GrooveFunnels and affiliate training. So, and also you show us how to be a super user of GrooveFunnels as part of the same program.
I feel it's important, so I do my videos on teaching you that.
Yeah, and you mentioned the roadmaps for the 50 traffic sources and the done for you assets arsenal, which is great, and then all these things here. These are the different modules, the 10 modules. Yeah, so I'm in it. So there it is. So it's got again, like GrooveFunnels, it's got lifetime pricing, but it will go on to monthly once you launch one.
It will.
It's best to get in now if you can. All right, that's great. So it's been lovely speaking to you. So is there anything else you want to say in the remaining minutes?
Yeah, I just want to say that, you know, the secret to what I believe will be anyone's success will be, one, focus on selling without selling, like do relationship marketing and build relationships, get that know, like, and trust factor. People aren't going to buy from people they don't know. And they aren't going to buy people from they don't like either. So you want to make sure that you're giving value, that you're helpful, and the sales will come in. They will if you are leading with value versus.
Well, you see, that's the thing about GrooveFunnels, because you believe in it, I believe in it. I know it's a bargain, and I know that I'm helping people by telling them about it. So it's not like other things I've sold before where, you know, I'm not really sure if it's worth it or not, but it's like a no-brainer. So so selling without selling, relationship marketing.
Exactly.
And what was the next thing? Was that it, or was there
you know, another thing too is you want to, no matter what platform you're on, Instagram, YouTube, you know, Facebook, it doesn't matter what platform you're on. What you want to do is make sure that people know what you're offering. Like if they come into your page and they just see a bunch of cat photos, they're not going to really be invited to actually be open for business, right? So you want to change, and they call it like a profile funnel, but you want to make your platforms funnels, which means that there's a call to action. So you want to make sure that when they come to your page, they're like, oh, well, who's this Angie Norris girl? Oh, wow, she's got these free gifts. Oh, what is this free gift? Oh, it's a free funnel builder. That's cool.
Yes.
Click the link. You know, I mean, there's got to be some kind of call to action. Now, if you don't want to use GrooveFunnels, that's okay. You can maybe use maybe you're a realtor. Okay, hey, you know, here's my call to action as a realtor. And then under that, they get this bonus of a free funnel. You know what I mean? So things like that you can do. They're niche specific. And so there's just so many little tactics you can do. But just know that people are online and they say they don't want to be sold to, but they really do. So you can, if you sell without selling, there are lots of people online right now, and they will, if you're solving a problem that they have, they'll buy from you.
So. All right. Well, that's amazing advice. Thank you very much, and thank you for spending your time with me today, because I know how incredibly busy you are getting your program ready for the launch, which is just sort of in 2 or 3 weeks' time. All right. So lovely having you on, and thanks again. So enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Keith.
Right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.